offense is going to run through him for sure.
Yeah, Trump being 6'1", 170 pounds, only a sophomore. A lot of room for this kid to grow, and honestly, a lot of excitement for Tiger fans as they're watching this. A couple young guys kind of leading the offense. LJ Lanston, Dylan Gabriel, they got a lot of young cats playing on this Hurricane Tiger team.
Yeah, there are a lot of underclassmen, so they've nowhere to go but up for them. But getting the win last week was good for them, and they should have some confidence coming into play tonight in a Region 9 starter or kickoff for them.
And we look over at the Dixie Flyers, the high-flying offensive blame Munkers. Oh, looks like we got our national anthem here. We're going to go ahead and toss to a quick break real quick. We'll be back.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. Hearst General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
What's up, sports fans? It's Blair Fry with the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate. Let's be honest. You know what's addicting? Football. You know what else is addicting? Looking for homes or investment properties. Let the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate coach you through your real estate addictions.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
We give you the green light. 4 seasons auto sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
You're live. Welcome back, everybody. CC Connor Collins here with Paul Valenzuela with me. Paul, and you know, we got a little cut off there by the national anthem, and now it looks like the Flyers ready to run on out here. But as the Flyers run on out, I think no better time than to go ahead and look at this Dixie Flyers offense. As I was talking about before we went into the break, what usually is a high-flying offense coached by Coach Munkers hasn't quite been there. You know, they started off slow, and yeah, you can argue it's been against some great competition. Coach Blaine Munkers doesn't take anything light. He knows how important this RPI is, so he always tries to test his team. But 0-3, and in their first 3 games, they go and get a really big L against Springville, 34-7. They lost a really close game to Mountain Ridge, 26-21. Then they lost another close game to Park City, 24-21. 2 games within 1 score. But, again, really big cities up north, really big schools, and they're kind of playing in, contesting them. What are you expecting to see out of the Flyers here tonight, Paul?
Well, like we're talking about before, one of the things they got to do is decide who's going to be the quarterback.
Yes.
That's where the offense runs. It's good to have competition. It's good to have that competition early in those preseason games. But I'm sure if I'm Coach Munkers tonight, I'm hoping that one of those guys steps up and takes the leadership role. As an old offensive lineman, you can tell the difference between the guy in the huddle that's got the swagger, that's got the confidence, and he's the guy you want out there taking the reins and guiding the team. So
100%. And, you know, you look at Brock Parrish and Wyatt Truman are the 2 quarterbacks here that are kind of battling it out. And really, thank you, Roger. I love the hospitality here at the Flyers, man. Every time you come in, you get a nice little Chick-fil-A sandwich, a little something on the side. Great hospitality here from the Dixie Flyers. We love it. But back to them in the offense, it's a great battle. You talk about what Wyatt Truman and Brock Parrish have done. I feel like Wyatt Truman, if you look at the stats, and you look at the play, he might be winning the battle. However, coach has felt the need to kind of keep coming back to Brock Parrish and giving him a chance. So I wonder here tonight if they decide to let Wyatt Truman go out. These past few games, I believe it's been Wyatt Truman getting the start, Brock Parrish playing a series or two. So I think maybe now as you start region, who you got to find out who's going to be your quarterback for the next 6-7 games as you get ready to go into playoffs.
Yeah, and that's important for tonight. It's important to get the receivers involved, the Jackson Barvin, get him some confidence catches early, run some flat routes and those kind of things. Get confidence to the team, get in a rhythm, don't panic, and what could be a weather game, it's kind of cliche to say who takes care of the football.
Yes.
But on a wet field, wet turf, ball's going to be slippery, ground's going to be slippery. Fundamentals, making sure you know where your feet is, really.
Yep. It's got to keep them under you, try not to slip, and a lot of these things are really going to come down to, like you said, the fundamentals of the game. It's getting rowdy here as the Flyers are starting to line on up and run on out here. Welcome the Flyers on out to the home field as they open up Region 9 play. We're going to get rocking and rolling here. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for the kickoff here with the Dixie Flyers hosting the Hurricane Tigers.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Hey, it's Caden Formaster.
And Mark Musgrave, the voice you know with the Fan Sports Network.
Check out our local sports radio show From the Bleachers live every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Listen to us on the radio on 99.5 or 95.3 FM.
You can also listen through the Fan Sports Network app or watch the show live on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page.
The Fan Sports Network is your home of Utah Tech Trailblazers, high school sports, and the pros.
The Fan Sports Network, Southern Utah's home for local sports.
Welcome back in. CC and Paul here bringing this live action as Hurricanes about to kick off. Dixie wins the toss. They've elected to receive as Coach Munkers wants to get his offense a chance to start with the ball. And there's the ensuing kickoff set to receive. We already got a flag onto the play, but a big return. Number 2, Rand Sawyer, down to about the 47, 48 yard line, but let's see here what this flag's going to be.
Yeah, it looks like probably will be holding, but even at that, from the point of that foul back 10 yards, they're going to start with good field position.
And we haven't got to talk too much about him here, but number 2 for the Flyers, Rand Sawyer. He's a little bit of a scat back. He's kind of a do-it-all. Give him the ball in the jet sweep, which we know Coach Munkers loves to do in his offense. He'll get it out of the backfield. You'll see him catch jet sweeps. He's a little bit of a get-the-ball-everywhere scat back kind of guy, but he is a big-time player here for the Flyers.
And he looked really good on that.
Yeah, he did. Give him a little bit of space, and you might not catch him again.
Yeah, even with the penalty yardage, they're still going to start out past the 30-yard line, so they're going to be in a good position to start.
All right, that penalty going to back them up there.
Just inside the 30.
And as Dixie lines up, it looks like that's going to be Brock Parrish out for the start again. So Wyatt Truman on the sideline as they hand the ball off to the left-hand side. That's Silas Russell with a nice run for about 8 yards there on the gain. Good run there by Silas Russell, and good blocking up front by the offensive line on that first play. Let's see if Hurricane is able to lock in on defense, try to shore up the run D. Man in motion to Sawyer. It's going to be a keeper.
Wyatt Truman.
Yeah, Wyatt Truman with the keeper, so Brock Parrish back on the side. Let's see if Truman is going to get the rest of this drive here. Truman lined up. Silas Russell's the back on the right. He gets the handoff. He goes left. He gets past the man, and he gets tackled right around the 50-yard line, and that's going to bring up just a little bit of a, yeah, so he's going to be about a 2 yard short, a second and short here for the Flyers.
Yeah, the offensive line is, you watch the hats, the helmets of the Hurricane linemen are popping up. The Dixie line's pushing them around, at least these first few plays.
And that's going to be Truman stepping back. He looks to throw, and he has a completion across the middle. That's number 24, Porter Allman on the post route there with the catch. Beautiful dime there by Wyatt Truman, excuse me.
Yeah, he threw that ball up high. His receiver went up and got it with his fingertips.
Truman calling the offense, lined up in shotgun. Oh, as he lines up, he's now calling a quick audible. Here we go. Sawyer clicks in. We got a play action boot left, little rollout, and he's just going to go ahead and get that away as Wyatt Truman.
That's a tough play, rolling to your left and trying to throw that right-handed. He didn't get his shoulder square.
Yeah, and you could see
couldn't get any leverage to get that ball 20 yards downfield.
And you could see he made the right decision. Instead of trying to force something or take off, he decided to put it down into the ground, look for another down. It's going to set up a 2nd and long here for the Flyers. And they're going to run that sweep there. Good block. And a spin inside. That's going to get them a gain of about 5 yards. Junior Coughlin on the jet sweep. Looked like he was going to be tackled in the backfield, but with a nifty spin move and a great block on the outside from Jackson Barman, he actually picks up about 4 yards on the play, sets up a 3rd and 5. Wyatt Truman takes a snap. He looks back. He's looking left for Sawyer. He's looking for the back, and he just is going to miss it. And that was number 14. Oh, excuse me. That was number 14, Kruger Ashby on the coverage. Sorry there.
Yeah, Kruger Ashby kind of turned into receiver and tried to intercept that at the end, but
almost had a chance there. But I like it. Truman looking for the deep shot. But it's going to set up now a 4th and long. Do you bring out the kicker, or are you going to go for it here if you're Coach Munkers?
Looks like the offense is still on the field. They don't want to try the 47-yard field goal, so
we got Truman lining up in shotgun. Jackson Barman lined up out wide to the left. It's fake the snap to Silas. He looks right. He's going deep. He's got a man. That's caught. Touchdown, Flyers! Junior Coughlin on the reception.
There's a penalty flag on the field. We'll have to see what the penalty is.
Wow, what a bomb there. Beautiful throw by Wyatt Truman.
Beautiful throw and a great catch.
Let's see here what the flag is.
Touchdown on 4th down and 6.
As we await the call.
Reception there.
And they're going to go ahead, wave it off.
Wave it off.
Look at that. So just like that, the Flyers out with a 6-0 lead. Beautiful bomb on 4th and 6 from Wyatt Truman to Junior Coughlin. Caught in the back of the end zone. Great way for the Flyers to start off this game.
Yeah, when the Dixie coaches drew up what they wanted to do on the first drive, that's exactly what they drew up.
Jonathan Bibiano of Argus out to kick. This is a guy who's received some MVP and first-team all votes as the kick's been blocked. And they're going to call it dead ball here. So blocked kick as Jonathan Bibiano has, and that's going to go ahead and bring us to a 6-0 score. 9:32 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back after a quick 45-second break.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Welcome back here to the Dixie Flyers home Pregame Stadium as the Flyers just came out of a very beautiful drive. We got one of Jason's long bomb of the game. Beautiful shot to the back of the end zone there by Wyatt Truman on the way to Junior Coughlin. That kick is up. Looks like we're going to have a flag here on the play. Little bit of a dirty block, as you can kind of hear some of the crowd getting rowdy for the Flyers there. And that's going to push the Tigers back from the 30 or so, probably down to their own 15. Oh, and yeah, that's going to push the Flyers on back instead. So now the Tigers, instead of being with their backs against the end zone, they're going to be starting off with the ball right here on their own 43-yard line. So almost at the midfield, and they've just really got their drive started.
Yeah, the line drive kick, one of the up men took it, and the guy that made the tackle for the Flyers led with his head and right in front of the official.
All right, the quarterback is Dylan Gabriel. He hands that off. The run there by number 20 for the Tigers, Ethan Staples. Nice run there by Ethan. Tries to put his head down and get a little extra. Offensive line for Hurricane a little bit undersized here when you look at the matchup against the Flyers, but still got to see what they can bring as the Hurricane Tigers got a chance to get a big win here of Region 9 opener. And Gabriel's going to keep it. He's going to make a nifty move. He's going left. And he gets for a gain about 8 yards there. A nice little shimmy move as he ships out right. And that's going to make a man miss. This is a good opening drive so far as the Tigers are going to set up a 3rd and short.
Yep, nice fake. Got the linebackers to step in and then pulled the ball and stepped into the hole. Got upfield, so just 3rd and 2, important 3rd down right here.
Dylan Gabriel lining up in the shotgun. Ethan Staples outside on the right. The dual backfield. Staples gets the handoff. And it looks like he's going to be just short maybe. So the Flyers now with a big stop on 3rd and short, bringing up a 4th down. Hurricanes got a big decision to make, and I think they might consider bringing out the punt team here, yep. So that's going to bring out the punt team there for the Tigers. Flyers, good job forcing 3 and out in their opening drive after giving up really good, honestly, field position after the opening kickoff there.
Yeah, it went 3 and out. They penetration, number 55, Noah Russell stepped through and made that tackle, forced them to punt.
And that punts back to Ron Sawyer. He's got a seam on the left side. He makes a man miss. Does a nice little spin move. Cuts back inside, and he's going to be brought down right around the 34-yard line. And the Flyers are going to go ahead and start their drive off here. So pretty good opening defensive drive by the Flyers. We saw them go down and score already. And there's a mix of run, a little mix of pass.
Yeah.
I don't really know, Paul. It seems like they're kind of finding their way here. What does Hurricane have to do, though, to make sure that they don't find themselves in a bad predicament with 7:28 left here in the first quarter already?
The number one thing they need to do is get some first downs. And there was a penalty on the return that's going to help them out some, but they when they get the ball on offense, as what we saw from Dixie's offense, they were dynamic. They moved the ball right down the field. The last thing that the Hurricane Tigers want to do is keep giving the ball back to that offense. Their offense needs to find a rhythm. That play where Gabriel ran the ball and got 8 yards, they need to get some more push up front and get some first downs. Keep their defense on the sideline, let their offense get a little bit of momentum.
So it looks like we're going to have another penalty here that was ensued on that kickoff. And the Flyers now getting backed up quite the way after a good return by Sawyer. Gets them up to almost the 34-yard line. They're actually now going to be starting at their own, what is that there?
14.
Their own 14, yeah. So
I think they called the holding back around the 24-yard line, so they backed them up 10, and that really took a lot of that great return with the fun spin move.
Wyatt Truman lining up. Looks left, looks right. He's going to make a quick pass there to Junior Coughlin. And Coughlin almost had a little bit of space there, but a good tackle is going to go ahead and bring him down, set up 2nd and long for the Flyers.
Yeah.
6-0 here. 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
That was a better job for, was it number 51 for Hurricane that time. He got up the field and made a tackle where he'd missed him before, tight and right.
Yep. Oh, and we got a big run off the left side here. That's going to be Ellis, and he's going. Silas Russell is going, and he's going to get knocked out right around the 35-yard line, 34. That's going to make it right around the 26, they're calling it, I think, where they're out of bounds. 27. Great run off the left side by Silas Russell for the Flyers. And just like that, they're already back down here knocking on the red zone.
Yeah, that was a huge hole opened up by the offensive line, and he got through that and just ran. The Hurricane guy had the angle and was able to get him out of bounds, but that was a huge play.
And they're going to go ahead and do the keeper. Wyatt Truman up the middle. He's got a lot of space, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be another first down for the Flyers as they pick up a 15-yard run, and they're now pushing into the red zone. The Flyers are rolling, baby.
Yeah, they are. Right now, Hurricanes defense does not have an answer for what they're doing. They're mixing them up, confusing them on their sets, on their motion. That last one, they ran the quarterback power, so they had an extra blocker up through the hole. And see, Hurricanes coaches said, wait a minute, we need to talk about that.
And with Coach calling a timeout, so will we. We're going to take a quick 45-second break, and we'll be back here at the Flyers after this.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
And welcome back in here to the Finley Hyundai Studios as we get kicked off as we're in the Flyers' home territory. We're about to go ahead and see if Wyatt Truman and Russell Silas got a little something up their sleeve, rushed down the field. Looks like they're going to call a false start on the offense.
Yeah, one of the offensive linemen didn't get set before they...
Snap infraction, number 67. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, centers never make mistakes, but in that case...
Is that what they say?
In that case, the umpire thought that he did, so he threw the 5-yard penalty on him.
You know, I'm right there with you, Paul. I think always err on the side of the referee instead of the offensive lineman's fault. As Truman's going to look left, and he's got a good pass there down to the 1-yard line. I think that was...
It was Rand Sawyer.
That was Sawyer again. So, yeah, Sawyer with a big catch gets the Flyers down to the 1-yard line as Wyatt Truman lines up. Looks like he's going to stay in the shotgun. Silas lined up outright. Jackson Barban left, out wide to the left. And they're going to motion that man across to Sawyer, and he's going to run in untouched for the touchdown. And it was just too easy there for the Flyers as they get on the board to make it 12-0 with 5:53 here in the first half. Or first quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, they are bringing the kicking team back out.
And Rand Sawyer doing a good job right now at making a case as one of our AWP playmaker play of the games as he has a big kick return, gets him down the field, and then a big catch to put him down on the 1-yard line. That kick is up and good by Jonathan Bibiano. That's going to give it 13-0 here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back after this.
Appliance for two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Heard their names. Yeah, Kimo Lopati.
Yeah, Kimo Lopati.
First year.
Oh, yeah, he is. Is this the big senior I heard about? Yeah, he's the big senior I heard transfer in.
Okay, you're live.
Welcome back as the Flyers kick off. Bibiano's out there as the Flyers kick into the Tigers set to receive, and that's going to be number 2 for the Tigers, just getting lit up. That was Tyler Elkins with the tackle, taking down Keelan Pledger with the return. So Keelan Pledger almost with a little bit of room to get loose there, but the Flyers not letting that happen as Taylor Elkins comes in and lights him up. Big chance here for the Tigers to go ahead and respond, but they're going to have to come out and start with something maybe to catch the Flyers off guard as Hurricane is lining up. Dylan Gabriel takes a snap, man in motion. Kellen Pledger, he gets the handoff. He goes left, and he's going to get up to about the 26, 27-yard line. See where they call him out of bounds. Trying to fight for a few extra yards, but forward progress is going to see down to about the 27-yard line there.
They did a good job to get the edge, but the pursuit, the defensive backs Flowen were able to cut him off and made a really solid hit on him on the sideline, so he couldn't get the sideline and get up the field.
Again, your score 13-0 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 5:05 left to play in the first.
Yeah, we talked about the line of scrimmage. Right now, the team in blue is winning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Dylan Gabriel set to take the snap. He takes it. He's going to bootleg option out right. And there's pressure coming from the Flyers, and they're going to get a sack. Big sack by the Flyers as they get a couple of guys combined on there. I think that was Jacob Dombrowski, and I believe who are we getting the credit for the other guy in there? I think that was Jacob Dombrowski.
Jacob Dombrowski caught him by the jersey and kind of spun him down. I didn't get the number of the other.
And I think Junior Coughlin, both of them might have got in on that. But again, it was
came
just
in late. I don't know what the penalty was.
maybe an unsportsmanlike for celebration, but this Flyers defense is swarming all over Hurricane right now, and they don't have any answers. Junior Coughlin coming over to talk to his coach as they're so another dead ball personal foul. That's going to move the Flyers back.
Yeah.
And, in the break, we talked a little bit about this, but Kimo Lopati, a senior offensive lineman making his first-year debut for the Flyers, number 77. Hey, this is a big kid, guys. He's about 6'6", 280 pounds or so, and we're watching him walk down the sideline. And I'll tell you what, he's towering over the rest of the team there.
That's what, on that last touchdown, you said the running back went in untouched, and that was because Kimo was doing some touching of his own that he ran his guy almost out of the back of the end zone.
All right, so we have Dylan Gabriel lining up, Killing Pledger. Dylan Gabriel's going to keep it himself. He's going to shrug off a couple would-be tacklers, and he's actually going to get a first down for a good gain of about 8 yards on the read option. He gets up the field, and now you're moving the chains.
That's first down for the Hurricane Tigers. That penalty put him at 3rd and short, and they did a good job at that time up front to get him a seam. He made the fake and got upfield, so that's the first down of the game, and that's what they needed. We talked about the best thing their offense can do is get some rhythm, give their defense a rest, establish themselves in this game, and settle down.
Yeah, that first down brought to you by Red Rock Real Estate. Real estate focused on you from land to luxury. Go to redrockrealestate.com to check out some deals. Hurricane set to take the snap. Dylan Gabriel claps as he asked for it. He fakes the handoff. He looks left, and he does the little bubble screen. He's looking out to Keelan Pledger, but a great tackle by the Flyers. Junior Coughlin, and I think that was number
Colo
7
Lynn.
there. Yes, Colo, Lynn, and Coughlin out there cleaning up. These Flyers are flying around right now in the secondary, and I'm telling you, for the quick pass game that Hurricanes trying to get to, it's getting shut down.
Yeah, a play that looked really good at the start ended up as a 2-yard loss.
Gabriel set to take the snap shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. He's going to do a pitch behind him on the triple option to Pledger. Pledger gets up to about the 50-yard line for a gain of about 3-4 yards, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they got back the lost yardage from the play before, and another important 3rd down for the Hurricane Tigers right here to try and stay on the field and sustain something on offense.
So Ethan Staples in the backfield. Keelan Pledger in the slot. Already done a few jet motions there with him. Dylan Gabriel takes a snap. He looks left, and he's going to go to head and make a quick pass, and the receiver on the play there looked like that was Luke Hutchins, maybe just short. Let's see. It's about a half-yard short there. You would think Hurricane would go for this, down 13-0. I think that Coach Ashby's going to go ahead and keep his guys out on the field.
Yeah, that was a great catch to hold on to the ball because he got hit just as soon as he touched it, but he put him in his position.
Good catch by Luke Hutchins. He's going to line up outright. They're going to take the snap. Pass off to Staples. Ethan Staples with a run up the middle easily has the 1st down and some as that pile pushes forward for an extra yard or so.
Really good push after the initial hit. The pile was stopped. The Hurricane line just kept driving their legs, moved that whole pile forward 2 yards and got the 1st down.
Yep, Ethan Staples doing a good job at 5'5", 150 pounds. One of the smallest guys on the field, keeping those little legs moving as he pushes that pile forward. And that's going to get them another Red Rock Real Estate 1st down. Dylan Gabriel takes the run. Oh, and he's got pressure. There's been a hold. He's calling for a guy to go deep, and it looks like this may be coming back as number 56 for the Flyers.
58.
58, excuse me.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a penalty. If you continue to play with your helmet off, that's you're not supposed to play.
And that is Isia Lopati as he gets his helmet ripped off there. So, but no hands to the face as they're going to let it roll. It's going to actually set up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. They might catch a little bit of a break there. Man in motion is Pledger. He's going to get the ball on the sweep. In front of him is Ethan Staples with a block. He has a little bit of a crease up the right sideline. And that's a good run, but another late flag on the play. Maybe a horse collar on the tackle.
Either a horse collar or late hit out of bounds. The referee didn't like the way that the tackle was finished there.
And now we've seen the referees throw a few of these flags here, so they're not getting shy. Not shy tonight.
Yeah, there've been a lot of penalty flags out.
Was able to get around the right side and then he got dragged down out of bounds.
Yeah, I need it.
So they're going to go ahead and tack on looks like the horse collar here. 108 on your Wilkinson House of Lighting scoreboard. Scores 13-0. But don't blink now. The Tigers are driving down the field.
In the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yep, Dylan Gabriel takes the snap, hands the ball off down the middle of Ethan Staples for a run of about 3 yards or so. That's going to bring them there to about the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. Excuse me, the 11-yard line.
Yeah, got 2 or 3 yards out of it. The offensive line for Hurricane has kind of taken that initial punch in the mouth that they were taking, and they're getting.
And on that note, one of those guys
is slow to get up.
And that's going to be an injury timeout. We're probably going to take a 45-second timeout here as they attend to him on the field. We'll be back after this.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Welcome back to the Flyers' home stadium as the Tigers from Hurricane are marching down. They're on the 11-yard line as Dylan Gabriel set to take the snap. Man in motion is Pledger. He goes from right to left. Oh, but a wild snap is going to lead to a fumble. Dylan Gabriel picks it up, gets rid of the ball.
Might be first and goal. That's a.
And I think, who was that on the reception? I can't quite see from here. That might have been 88 Luke Hutchins, I believe.
I think it's number 7, who is Hunter Prince. Just kind of winged it out there. That was the guy that got hurt was their center, so that was the first snap for the backup.
Yes.
And it was high, and Gabriel had a hard time controlling it. But
so 55, Trey Hershey goes down with the knee injury. They come back out, the Tigers do, and on the first play, a little bit of a wild snap to Dylan Gabriel. He has to corral it, bring it in, and just kind of let that thing rip to Hunter Prince, who brings it in and almost makes something out of nothing. Makes it a first and goal down on the 3-yard line. A little bit of a clock change here. They're going to put 40 seconds back on the clock. That's going to put 40 here now. So 30 seconds back on the clock, and that's going to put 40 here as we go into the... And we got a penalty, so it looks like there might be a little bit of confusion up front there between the...
I think Dixie jumped into the neutral zone.
Oh no, so that's a big penalty for the Flyers. That's now going to really put their backs against the end zone, set up a first and goal from the 1 yard line. 1.5 yard. Yeah, this is a good place to be if I'm the Tigers. I'm thinking maybe quarterback sneak, maybe give it to my guy Ethan Staples, who we already saw is a little bit of a power back at his own.
Lining up offsides again. 12 guys on the field for Dixie.
Yeah, trying to make a substitution and too many guys out. No, another encroachment. So these guys are going to have to back up a little bit, keep your head away from over that ball, and that's what they're looking for. When the ref looks down that line of scrimmage, Paul, you know it best. You played center. They want to make sure that that defensive tackle's crown of his helmet is not over the tip of that football. If they see any bit of that, they'll give you a warning. But give you once, shame on you. Twice, 3 times, that's what they're going to call.
Especially down in goal line where you're down in that.
Dylan Gabriel under center, tries to do the Q debate, quarterback sneak, spins left, and he's in for the touchdown. A little extra drive there by Gabriel, and that's going to make it a 6-13 game as the Tigers are on the board.
Yeah, as an offensive lineman, especially an offensive center, I love to see that call. So got the push, got him in the end zone.
Yeah, they kind of try to run the in shotgun and then run up, catch them off guard, see if they can get a little tempo. So good play by the Tigers. The extra point back. The kick is up. It is through, and it is good. So that's going to make it 7-13. Tigers trailing. Hurricane gets the ball back, or excuse me, Dixie gets the ball back. 35 seconds left in the first quarter of play. We'll be back after this quick break.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Tint World, Automotive Styling Centers of St. George is now open. Join us for monthly barbecues, custom car shows, and get special discounts on window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coatings, car detailing, audio, and more. Come visit us at our new showroom on 476 East Riverside Drive at Tint World.
Well, Welcome back here to the Flyers home stadium. Connor Collins from the Fan Sports Network here on the call with Paul Valenzuela with me, Brian Forsey behind the buttons, and Hadley helping us out with the camera. Deep kick from the Tigers back to the Flyers into the end zone, and that's kind of good after you saw a couple big returns from Sawyer. So I think Hurricane and Coach Ashby said they've had enough. So that's now going to bring the Flyers out, and, let's talk about it, Paul. 2 drives in, 2 scores for the Flyers, but here they are. This is a good chance now with the 13-7 lead. Maybe they can kind of grind a little bit of clock off the field here. Wyatt Truman set to be the quarterback, so we still haven't seen any signs of Brock Parrish yet. Standing right behind Coach, just in case, though.
Yeah, it was a great response by Hurricane. They have to see if their defense can respond, and the Flyers need to try to move the ball again.
That's going to be a quick pass out to the right there from Truman.
Ruled that to be a forward pass and blew it dead.
Ron Sawyer with the reception. They've really liked Sawyer. This is a guy that they're starting to come along to and really start enjoying throwing the ball to. I think in the past 2 weeks now, he's already gotten over 200 yards receiving.
Yeah, he's there. You can tell he's a playmaker. Elusive, fast.
Don't sleep on number 13 out there, Jackson Barbin, one of the best wide receivers in Region 9. But Wyatt Truman, he's set to look, and right as we say it, he's got a deep shot to Sawyer and just misses him over the top. Tried to hit him on the little up and out and almost had him for a big play. That would have been another Jason bomb or long bomb of the game, but just misses Sawyer there.
Yeah, he was aired the ball up and about 2 steps faster, and he'd had a long touchdown.
So 3rd and 10. The Flyers in shotgun. The running back is Silas Russell lined up to the right. He's going to get the handoff. He's actually going to get a first down and some. He's found a little bit of seam, and he's going to get that carry for a gain of almost 30 yards. That's going to bring him to the 50-yard line. What a run there by Silas.
Yeah, little misdirection up front. Trap play, pulled a guard, opened a big old hole, and got him out to that outside.
And this is kind of what the Flyers have been doing. They're a team known to be passing through the air, but this game they've had their way on the ground. And
that's the quarter.
Yep, that's going to go ahead and end the quarter there. And with that break, we'll take one as well. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Welcome back here in the Flyers Waltbrook Stadium as we got the switch of the quarter on our Wilkinson Towson Lighting scoreboard. 12 minutes as the second quarter gets ready to start off here. The Flyers already, though, at the 47-yard line after a real big run from Silas Russell. See if Hurricane's got a little bit of answer in them. Man in motion is Coughlin. He's going to get in on the jet sweep. But a good play by Hurricane to go ahead and get there and stop that play before it gets started. Just a gain of 1 yard by the Flyers.
Yeah, Coughlin did a good job to avoid the contact, or after the contact, at least struggle back and make it a positive gain. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage and managed to scrape out a yard.
Yeah, that was number 51, Titan Wright there, playing a little bit of contain outside and kind of stopping that jet sweep action that the Flyers love getting to. Wyatt Truman lining up. Russell lined up to the left of him. Shotgun man in motion is Coughlin. They're going to fake this jet sweep. Wyatt Truman has to make a man miss, make another man miss. He finds Junior Coughlin wide open. Jackson Barbin gives him a good block, and Junior Coughlin's going to hit the sweep almost to the house, and they're going to trip him up right around the 10-yard line.
Lincoln Langston never quit on the play and saved a touchdown after that was coming. He came from 20 yards upfield and ran him down and stopped him inside the 5.
Big tackle by Lincoln Langston, but what about the block?
They called a hold on Barbin's block out front.
Oh, no.
That's where you were saying the good block is a little too good.
Little too good sometimes, and that's going to negate a very, very big play for the Flyers, as they were about to be within the red zone there and have a shot at getting another touchdown run right in the first minute of the second quarter.
Still be a first down, but not in the red zone and not first and goal.
So instead of being in that Cache Valley Bank red zone, they're going to be back at the 40-yard line. See if maybe they can rip another one. Good play and improvisation by Wyatt Truman. He's going to hand the ball off. Ron Sawyer takes that there on the right-hand side in the jet sweep. Gets down for about 4-5 yards on the carry.
He's not a really big player, but he's fast, and his movements, when he decides to change direction, he's elusive. He made a cut on that play, just moved up the field, said, I'm going to go for 6 yards.
And referees being a little generous there, as it looks like it's going to be considered an 8-yard rush.
Yeah.
And they're going to drop back, and that's Jackson Barbin deep for the touchdown! Flyers! Wyatt Truman letting it rip. Jackson Barbin on the receiving end for a 40-yard long bomb touchdown for the Dixie Flyers.
Making up for that holding penalty by scoring the touchdown right there.
Wow, what a play by Barbin. Like you said, has the big block that we said, gets him down to the Cache Valley red zone, but they call it a hold, brings it back, kick by Bibiano up and good. Big play there by the Flyers, and that's going to go ahead and make it 20-7, 10-15 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
An appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
And welcome back as the Tigers trying to hold on, but the Dixie Flyers busting it open as Jackson Barbin getting over the top and Wyatt Truman finding him. I believe it was officially a 32-yard touchdown that it was called. A 32-yard bomb from Wyatt Truman to Jackson Barbin. Bibiano set to kick off. Kick is up. And that kick's going to go into the end zone as the Tigers elect to take the fair. Wow, what a big catch there by Jackson Barbin. Wyatt Truman just goes out there and decides to say, hey, let's get it all back on the next play. And good improvisation from him a couple plays before to find Junior Coughlin on the scramble, evade a couple sacks. Unfortunately, the hold brings it back, but hey, ball don't lie out here in the game of football. And he gets it right back a couple plays later for the long bomb touchdown. So now Hurricane, after getting a very nice drive, they just had a good chance to kind of close that gap. Back with their, huge play. Sack in the backfield as Dylan Gabriel just gets tossed down on his hip.
That was supposed to be a screen pass out to the right side, and the offensive line didn't slow the guys down. You're supposed to slow the D lineman down, and they did not get him slowed down enough.
And that was Anthony Crichton with the sack. Big sack. Scooter's Coffee Sack. Start your day at Scooter's. Amazing drink served by the amazing people. Amazingly fast. State Street in Hurricane. Get your coffee. Big sack here. Dylan Gabriel is going to take the snap. Look to make a quick pass. He looks right. Has a man. It's complete, and I think that was number 7 again. I couldn't quite tell from here.
Yeah, that's Hunter Pritz. It doesn't look to me like C.J. Trump that we talked about in the pregame. Doesn't look like he's playing tonight. So they've got some other guys that are trying to step up and fill that gap.
All right, let's see if the Tigers got something dialed up. This is where the Flyers sometimes like to throw a little bit of pressure at you. Junior Coughlin and the nickel kind of sneaking up around the line of scrimmage. Watch for Jacob Dombrowski here. This is likely one of those places he likes to show up. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout with Hurricane. So as they take a quick 1 minute, as will we will be right back after this.
Project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Still. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or
Connor Collins here with you. We're back at Waltbrook Stadium as Dylan Gabriel takes a snap for the Tigers as he's trying to make a pass, and that's going to be intercepted by the Flyers. Number 8, Junior Coughlin with the interception. A little bit of laundry out there, maybe a hold.
Usually in the area of an offensive tackle.
Yeah, this is in the area of an offensive line, but we're seeing the Hurricane Tigers keep their offense out on the field.
It is on Hurricane, and the Flyers will decline it.
So it is going to be a holding on the Yeah, so it is a holding on the Tigers. That's going to be declined. Interception by Junior Coughlin. Another big play by number 8. And we started to call his name a couple of times now tonight, so we're going to have to keep an eye out here for Coughlin. This might be in one of our Hearst Ace Hardware player of the games. Aces to Place. Visit Hearst for a variety of products and prices. Please, we got 2 locations, the Big A Boulevard in Bluffton, St. George, and the second is on Main in Cedar City. So the Dixie Flyers have the ball. Wyatt Truman back. He's going to keep it. Right tackle. Kimo pulling around. But a good job by the Tigers to go ahead and stop that play before it really got into something big there, as that's just going to be a gain of 5. Wyatt Truman looking really comfortable here tonight.
They did throw a long interception, but it really just ended up being like a punt.
Yeah, and that's almost like you say, a glorified punt where you can control the down and distance.
Here in the first half.
Oh, looks like we had a little bit of a false start here. That's going to be Junior Coughlin that jumped. This is going to back up the Flyers a little bit here. Coughlin going to run off. That's going to bring him number 15. Excuse me, Keyshawn Grover. Come in for a couple reps at wide receiver.
And they called the encroachment on the defensive line. Said that they caused him to jump. So there it is.
Yeah,
I thought it was a false start also.
I was going to say, nothing like a defensive lineman making your offensive wide receiver jump.
Yeah.
Probably a good call there by the refs to go ahead and clean that up. It was a clear false start there by Coughlin, but it's all right. This is a guy who's made quite enough plays for the Flyers tonight where I think he can afford a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I agree.
2nd and 10 for the Flyers. They're going to line up Wyatt Truman in shotgun. Silas Russell to the left of him. He's going to actually get the handoff. He does right, and he has a good lane. Makes another man miss. Actually stumbles, stays forward on his feet, and gets a good rush for about 12 yards.
Yeah, another nice run. He runs hard, runs low to the ground, which is why he broke that last tackle.
Rumbling and stumbling is Silas Russell as he just kind of honestly, a shorter guy. He, again, that we talked about, 5'5", 170, but he's so strong in his lower body that he just has this uncanny balance when guys are trying to tackle him to bounce off. Man in motion is Barbin. Barbin gets the snap on the jet sweep. He gets upfield for about 7 yards before he gets tackled down to the ground. Setting up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, more rhythm on the offense for Dixie. That's a nice drive started back on their own side of midfield, and now they're moving down and looking like they're going to move the ball closer to the red zones.
And the Flyers having their way tonight so far as they want it on offense. Through the air, on the ground, you name it, Wyatt Truman's had it. And Truman's back, takes the snap at shotgun, drops back, has a little bit of pressure as he sets up the screen, and a big hit. And that's David Barchke coming down. Oh, no, excuse me, not David Barchke. That was Lincoln Langston. The wide receiver, who actually saved a tackle earlier from the touchdown with a big hit on Silas Russell, who's clearly shaken up and still down on the ground. Oh, and it looks like Coach not having it. He's going to go ahead and get a penalty there by the ref. That's going to be a sideline penalty. Silas Russell getting walked off, and the fans are letting them have it now. These referees are getting yelled at, but big hit by Langston.
Yeah, he got there at the same time as the ball, and he really hit it. We don't have a replay to see it. It looked like a clean hit to me. It looked like a super aggressive football hit.
And that's easily going to be right now our main contender for our dealer collision big hit of the game. Proud sponsor of Region 9. Run minor collision to major accidents. Dealer Collision will repair your vehicle right. Call Dealer Collision today to get an estimate. So big hit there by Lincoln Langston down on the Silas Russell. He's going to come off and try to catch his breath a little bit, but hey, Coach tries to fight for his guys and gets a little extra penalty on there, and that's going to negate a nice play there made by the Dixie Flyers a couple plays before.
Yeah, I thought he caught the ball. It looks like they ruled the pass incomplete, and then going to have the dead ball foul on the sideline.
After the play, sideline warning.
Just a warning.
All right, so the referee's giving just a warning there to the Flyers, and clearly they're fighting for their guy as Silas Russell just got absolutely lit up there by number 11 for the Tigers, Lincoln Langston. So little shook up, but hey, that's not going to stop him. Wyatt Truman lining up, and Junior Coughlin, it looks like, lining up in the backfield. So Junior Coughlin, we've seen, who's kind of played receiver, played a little bit of DB, a little linebacker. Now he's lining up at running back for the Flyers. And they're actually going to hand it off to Coughlin. He's got a good run to the left. He's got a crease. Almost had a chance to break that one, but he gets a good gain of about 10 yards on the run.
Yeah, that was another big third down chance for Hurricane, and Dixie has been converting those third downs. And that extends the drives. That's a big difference in why we're seeing what we see on the scoreboard.
And I think what's super interesting here, Paul, is when Dixie is deciding to go for it on these third downs, they're not necessarily trying to drop back and air it out. They're trusting their offensive line, and they're running it right down at them almost unexpectedly, and they're getting the third and long conversion every time. So this is going to be Wyatt Truman lining up, Junior Coughlin in the backfield. Fakes a handoff, quick pass to Jackson Barman, makes a man miss.
Really nice route by Barman. Went in, recognized it was a zone, went right between three defenders and set up and showed his numbers to his quarterback.
That's going to set them up here as the Flyers get into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Cache Valley Bank is your financial outfitter. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. So Wyatt Truman back, Coughlin and man lined up to the left as Silas Russell's a little shaken up. He looks right, tries to run the quick wide receiver screen. Not Jackson Barman, that was number 15 who came in. excuse me, that was number 15, Aiden Hellis with the catch, and tries to run that little bubble wide receiver screen, and offensive line gets up, tries to give him a couple blocks. Not enough there, sets up a 2nd and 4. So 2nd and 4. Wyatt Truman lines up. Coughlin to the right, gets the handoff. Coughlin up the middle. Has a good lane. He's moving his legs. He easily has the first down and some, down to about the 5-yard line. And the Flyers in the Cache Valley red zone are knocking on that touchdown. I don't know, Paul.
That's just a great push by the offensive line. That's the same play they ran on 3rd and 8. And again, they got 7 or 8 yards out of it. Handed the ball off to Coughlin, who's a lot bigger, a lot more physical than Silas is, and they're able to.
And Wyatt Truman's going to do the quarterback keeper up the middle. He's going to call his own number, and that's a touchdown, Flyers. Number 4, Wyatt Truman, and takes it up the middle, calling his own number, and he decides, hey, I think that's enough for me to bring Bibiano out to attempt another extra point. So 26-7, extra point pending. Bibiano back to kick. Already a couple kicks close to block tonight, one of them being blocked. But that one's up, that one's good, and that's perfect. That's going to set it up 27-7 with 4:50 left here in the 2nd quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the Hurricane Tigers trying to respond and see if they can get some on the board.
We give you the green light. 4 seasons auto sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
Hey, Region 9 sports fans. This is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Connor Collins here with you. Paul Valenzuela sitting side by side. Here as the Flyers are set to kick off. Back out of the end zone, kicked by Bibiano, and that's going to set them up at the 20-yard line there. So that's going to set up the Tigers, 20-yard line. See if maybe they got a little gut punch there and got something to respond. Dylan Gabriel, Keelan Pledger, Ethan Staples been the main guys tonight for the Tigers. No mention yet of CJ Trump. Not sure if he's not suited up tonight or.
Yeah, we talked about him in the pregame and haven't seen him, so maybe he's banged up.
Gabriel takes the snap. Man in motion is number 7, Hunter Prince, and they throw to him, and that's going to go right off the hands as he takes a big hit in the back. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Tigers. All right. Let's see if the Tigers got something dialed up on 2nd down. 2nd and long. Dylan Gabriel lined up with Ethan Staples right hand behind, or right beside him. That handoff is to Ethan Staples. He goes left with it, tries to find a little bit of a corner and get upfield, and gets a gain of maybe 1 yard or so, and that's going to set up about a 3rd and 9 there. So another long 3rd down here for the Tigers. Flyers really showing a dominant defensive shutout and dominant offensive outing as well.
Their linebackers on that play, they pulled both guards and did a really good job to get to the edge. Their linebackers scraped hard and shut it down.
Jacob Dombrowski, one of the best linebackers in Region 9 for the Flyers there, swarming around, but a couple other guys out there as well for him. Number 22, Tyler Tyler Aikens, excuse me. Number 7 as well. Colo Lynn playing that middle linebacker spot. Dylan Gabriel drops back. Looks like he almost has a man, and he's just going to overthrow him. Trying to get that to, I think that was Luke Hutchins out there, number 88, and just overshot him. So that's going to set up 4th and 9 and bring out the punt team for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3 and out after giving up another touchdown.
So Dixie clearly having their way right now with the Flyers.
Yeah,
still a lot of game left to play.
Yeah, Hurricane has to get a stop here. They're going to get the ball after halftime. So
3:46 left. You know, they can get a quick touchdown here, like you said. They get the ball coming out of half. If maybe they can keep the Flyers out of the end zone before they go in, and maybe all of a sudden you could be looking at a 21-27 game here, and Hurricane knocking back on the door.
Yeah, they're using another timeout.
All right, so as Hurricane goes ahead and takes a timeout, as will we. We're going to take a timeout, and we will be right back after this.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
You're live.
Welcome back. Home of the Flyers as Hurricane set up to punt. Looks like it's Ron Sawyer, number 2, back to receive. Pretty dynamic tonight so far in the return game. Low punt to him, and he fields it on the run. Gets a good seam outside to the left. He's got a little bit of a crease. Almost has a chance to break that, but a great tackle there by the Tigers.
They called him down.
Yeah, down by contact before that ball popped out. But, man, Sawyer, again, in the special teams game, it seems like time and time again, he's just getting them halfway, 3/4, all the way down the field. How many times have the Flyers really had to go on a drive?
Yeah, it wasn't that. He had an extra gear on that. He got to the corner and then just accelerated up the sideline, kind of ran by a bunch of guys that thought they had an angle on him. He just left them standing there.
Wyatt Truman still in at quarterback. Good game so far from Wyatt. He's going to run that little handoff there, and that's going to be a good run by Russell Silas, and he's going to stay on his feet, and they're calling him just short of the 1-yard line. What a run.
Yeah, he kind of kneeled down at the 1-yard line and then lunged into the end zone.
You almost can't tell with him. He gets his body so low to the ground and bounces off these guys. Let's see. Do they go back to him? They do. And that's a run right up the middle for the touchdown. Flyers score again right before. So just like that, a 3-play drive. And the Flyers back into the end zone. All due to the big return by Ron Sawyer. So that's going to make it 33-7. Dixie up over the Tigers. We're going to see pending PAT. Bibiano generally lights out here from this range. That kick is up and good. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break after this. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
You're live.
Welcome back. Connor Collins here with you from the Flyers home stadium here. Paul Venezuela with me. As the Tigers set to receive the kickoff, your score is 34-7 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 3:16 left to play in the first half. That's going to be returnable from the 1 yard line, and they got a little bit of a crease there. Out to about the 35, 40 yard line. See where they call it here, maybe now by the 39.
Yeah, that Hurricane needs to do something almost in self-defense. They give the ball back to Dixie one more time before the half.
Tyron Bowman there with the
They
return.
could score again. Last drive was 3 plays.
Yeah, this is now getting into desperation mode if you're Hurricane. You really don't want to let up too many more scores here as you're starting to get into this half. And really, as this game goes on, you just kind of want to get your guys out healthy. So
That's what we were talking about. If they could figure out a way to keep the ball and score and then get the ball back, they could turn this back into a ball game. But if they give Dixie one more shot in this first half.
Crimson looking unstoppable as they have a 35-0 lead so far, up 9:21 left there in the second quarter. Sentinel playing Snow Canyon. Snow Canyon has a 21-0 lead. Max Reynolds with 2 rushing touchdowns. And then in the big game of the night that a lot of people are paying attention to is that Pine View and that Desert Hills game. Pine View down right now 28-13 as the Thunder just actually threw a pick 6. Beckstrom from Pineview with a return. So 28-13 as the Thunder still have a commanding lead there in our Region 9 roundup. Gabriel gets the snap, looks right, wants to take a shot, and he gets blasted by the Flyers defense. So hitched his arm, tried to take a shot deep, but right as he went to do that, it looked like big number 55, Noah Russell, had a little something to say as he ran inside and smacked that down.
They brought the linebackers on a blitz and relied on their outside guys to get the coverage. The quarterback looked up, saw the blitz, great coverage outside, had to eat the ball, got sacked.
Yeah, he hitched his arm back like Gabriel wanted to let it rip, and then he just second-guessed, as like you said. The blitz got there too quick. Man in motion is Prince. He's going to get the ball on the sweep. Prince has a little bit of a room, and he gets up for about 3-4 yards there. And, well, here we go again. Same story. Yeah. Hurricane Tigers, 3rd and long. What's going to be the answer?
Yeah, if they go 3 and out again and give Dixie the ball back, they can score another touchdown before halftime in that.
And that's exactly what Coach Ashby does not want to happen. They might try to go ahead and see if they could take a shot here. Looks like that is Gage Huntsman lining up at the bottom, nearest to us. Dylan Gabriel takes the snap. And that's actually going to go to number 13, Gage Huntsman. And he's going to be brought down almost immediately for a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. Still, it's going to be a long 4th down, and they're going to have to bring the punt team out.
That's almost a wave the white flag play. Throwing a 2-yard screen pass on 3rd and 13.
So right now, it just seems like Dixie's having their way, whether it's through the ground, through the air, on defense. The Flyers are just having an all-out performance here as they open up with a Region 9 home opener.
Yeah, they're dictating the game from the first snap, really. They've controlled the line of scrimmage, controlled the tempo. They're more aggressive, with the exception of the one drive where Hurricanes' offensive line kind of got off the ball and pushed Dixie around a little, and it looked like they might make it a game. They have not responded real well since then.
So, looks like Ron Sawyer back, set to receive the punt. And he's got a little bit of room on the right-hand side. You give him a little bit of a crease, he might make something happen as he tries to get up to about the 50, 45-yard line before he's eventually brought down by a gang of Tigers.
Yeah, great return, 9-yard net punt.
Yeah, this kid has probably covered at least 100, 200 yards, even if it's just from side to sideline running tonight. I mean, the speed that number 2, Ron Sawyer, has, he really does have a dynamic game-changing ability for the Flyers. So we saw Silas Russell come back in after the big hit, score the touchdown. Wyatt Truman set back, Junior Coughlin man in motion, try to set up the wide receiver screen
Nice
to Silas.
defense.
But yes, good defense there. Curtis Barlow to knock that ball down for the Tigers.
Yeah, reached back with the proper hand, slapped the ball down, didn't interfere. That was a great defense.
Hurricane can use a few more great defensive plays as they're trying to claw their way back into this game. But Dixie seeing if they can say anything about that. Back to throw is Truman. Tries to put one up for Barman just a little over his head and tried to do one of his best Odell Beckham Jr. impressions and reach out with one hand and just a little bit too high for the stud wide receiver.
Tried to go back shoulder and just a little too high.
So this is going to set up a 3rd and long. This is where we've seen now tonight Hurricane has been able to get Dixie into these situations. But on these 3rd and longs, they've actually opted to run and been converting. So let's see again what they decide to do. And that's a run off the right side. And again, another big crease down the middle.
They're running that. They're faking the fly sweep and then running a little counter back inside on those 3rd and longs.
15 yards.
Hurricane bites on that fly sweep motion, and then they run the counter back inside, and they've given up 10 yards on that play every time. At least they've run it.
Yeah, and just a beautiful game play calling by Coach Blaine Munkers as Wyatt Truman drops back, and he's looking deep for Jackson Barban again, and he's actually just missing him there as he shoots for the right sideline. Back corner almost has him, but good coverage there by the Tigers. Looked like that was number 6, or not 6, 5, excuse me, Drew Larson. Second and 10. Wyatt Truman lining up. Silas Russell to the right-hand side. He drops back. He looks left. He looks right. Makes a read. Good catch there by number 15, Aiden Ellis, as he just reached down and kind of grabbed that right in front of the defender's eyes to stag it in and get a few extra yards as well.
Yeah, Hurricane brought their corner, and Lopati just kind of rode him by the quarterback. Quarterback took one step up, made a nice throw.
So that's going to set up a 3rd and short here. I'd almost be willing to bet we get a little bit of jet sweep counter motion, but let's see here what Coach has. Oh, as the snap gets dropped on the ground, Wyatt Truman tries to fit it into a quick gap, just make something out of nothing, and that's going to get dropped. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. As see now if Coach Munkers with a pretty commanding lead is just going to be comfortable enough to bring out the kicker. But no, it looks like he's going to go ahead and keep Truman out and keep the offensive out with 46 seconds left in the half.
Again, 34-7 Flyers. They're trying to get to 40 and a half against Hurricane.
So Coach Munkers looking for the 40 burger by half as they hand off down the middle to Silas Russell, and he is again just going to rumble and tumble his way forward for a carry of about 10 yards. And now Dixie's going to go ahead and call a timeout. That timeout is going to be brought to you by Uddy and Associates for great service and rates or home on auto life insurance. Call Luke today at 435-251-9102 for a free quote to see how much you can save. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as we got 41 seconds left. Again, just a reminder as we go into our Rally Stop halftime show, we're going to go ahead and do a quick little roundup, some Region 9 roundup, give you a score update on what's going on, give you some keys that we've noticed here in the first half of this Flyer versus Tiger game. But I'll tell you what, a little preview is it seems like it's been all Dixie's way. So stay tuned. There's a Rally Stop halftime show coming up here in the next 41 seconds or so, give or take.
They lost last week, but gave Timpview a game.
Yeah, this has been the Flyers' dream and the Tigers' nightmare game in the first half.
Anything Dixie wants, they've gotten. Let's see here, Wyatt Truman back set in the shotgun. And he's going to look right, and he's going to try to go ahead and throw deep to Jackson Barbin, who almost makes a great catch over the guy, but he still clearly would have been out of bounds. So just a little bit too much over Jackson Barbin, let him out there, but almost still an impressive catch.
Yeah, good. That's a good throw where only your guy can get it if anybody's going to get it. First down, stop the clock, all the good things. That was great quarterback play. He's played a really nice game.
Down to 35 seconds left. I think Dixie
35 seconds left here in the half. 34-7 on your Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Wyatt Truman's going to take the ball, do a quick little draw to Russell Siles as he's going to run down the middle. And he's going to be shot just short of the first down. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. The clock is ticking. 20, 19, 18. Going ahead and trying to get their offensive set up. Truman's looking. 14-12. He's going to take the snap. Quick pass. Almost an interception. Actually kind of sets his guy up there in the end zone, and that's going to at least stop the clock with an incompletion, but almost a bad pass could have gone for an interception.
Yeah, ran him into a tiger sandwich and got him hit from both sides, and one guy almost intercepted. So
looks like coach is deciding to go ahead and bring out the kicking team, so yeah, it looks like he's going to bring out Jonathan Bibiano to attempt a field goal here, see if they can get the 30-point lead as they go into half. 9 seconds left here in the half. Bibiano Vargas, returning starter from last season, back to kick, and that's up. And it's good. That kick for about 14 yards for a 37-7 lead for the Flyers. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back after this.
What's up, sports fans? It's Blair Fry with the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate. Let's be honest. You know what's addicting? Football. You know what else is addicting? Looking for homes or investment properties. Let the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate coach you through your real estate addictions.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You're live.
And we're back as the Flyers have a commanding 37-7 lead. Connor Collins, Paul Venezuela bringing you the call here tonight. And 4 seconds left in this half as the Flyers are back to kick. Probably just a little squib kick here and give Hurricane a chance to return it. And nope, Bibiano's going to go ahead and boot that baby right out the back of the end zone. So probably just enough time for one play. If you're the Tigers, do you even try to go out there and make something happen, or do you just take a knee and count your...
Take a knee and go into the locker room, do some triage, and see if there's anything you can do to stop the bleeding.
So 4 seconds left, 37-7. Tigers on their own 20, so not likely we're going to see a change on the scoreboard here. However, anything can happen. Good crowd here tonight for the Flyers. I mean, considering what this day started off with, rain, thunder, we thought maybe this stadium wouldn't fill out, but... So they're going to go ahead, attempt the handoff. Ethan Staples out left. That's going to go ahead and take him into the half. So as we go into the half here, we'll take a quick 2-minute break. We'll come back, do a little bit of our Rally Stop halftime show, and just give you some keys and a Region 9 rundown. And we'll be back after this.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
What's up, sports fans? It's Blair Fry with the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate. Let's be honest. You know what's addicting? Football. You know what else is addicting? Looking for homes or investment properties. Let the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate coach you through your real estate addictions. Hey, Region 9 sports fans. This is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touchdown.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Still. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
And welcome back. Connor Collins, Paul Valenzuela bringing it to you here as we're at the home of the Flyers as Coach Munkers has his guys charged up, ready to go tonight. Your score here on the Wilkinson Towson Lighting scoreboard, 37-7. Man, Paul, I just got to go out here and say it. It seems like Dixie's having their way.
Yeah, we were talking on the break. The key is the times that Hurricane has managed on defense to get Dixie in a 3rd and long. They're running that misdirection play inside. The offensive line's open in big holes. And Silas Russell and what's 8? He's just running through those big gaps.
Yeah,
they've had 3 or 4 where they've had a chance to get off the field and just haven't done it.
Junior Coughlin and Silas Russell, and like you said, Wyatt Truman leading the way there. Not to mention Jackson Barman, who's been a dynamic option out there wide for the Flyers. But, I mean, I think the name of the game has been the big guys up front. And that's going to Kimo Lopati. That's going to big KC Foatoa. That's going to Benjamin Hunt, Nash Owens, and all those big boys up front. I mean, you look at what the Flyers have done tonight. They've kept Wyatt Truman clean. They've been able to get positive yards on almost every run. And like we said, on 3rd and long, when you decide to just say, I'm going to run it right up the middle and convert every time, it's almost kind of like a statement.
They've dominated the line on offense and on defense. Except for the one drive, they've just bottled the Hurricanes offense up completely. Hurricanes run sideline to sideline a bunch. They're just not getting the ball up the field. So they're losing on both sides of the ball in the trenches, and you can make some adjustments at halftime, try some different things, but it really comes down to who's going to be physical. And you mentioned, I think, 3rd play of the game that the lines for Hurricane are undersized.
Yeah,
and that's really showing that the size advantage or disadvantage, depending on which side of the ball, is really shown up in the first half.
Yeah, and we take a look over at Hurricane, and it's not been all bad. They've had some good shining moments, and Robert Prince has kind of tried to take over. Dylan Gabriel, really a dynamic dual-threat quarterback for them, but it's been a rough going. It's tough sledding, and part of it being how well Dixie's defense has played already. Junior Coughlin tonight with an interception, but not even that. You talk about Dombrowski. You talk about Aisa Lopetti. You talk about some of these guys who have just really been controlling the line of scrimmage up front for the Flyers. You look at what Hurricane has to do. I think they need to go back to Ethan Staples, and they need to go back to kind of letting Dylan Gabriel and Kellen Pledger play that quick dink and dunk game. I mean, that one touchdown they got there in the beginning of the first quarter, it came down to them dinking and dunking their way down the field and picking the open man. You can't always go for the home run play, especially against the Flyers when clearly they're playing on a higher level tonight.
Yeah, and they're not getting positive plays on first down. They're behind the chains almost every possession. Then you punt the ball to Dixie, and they're, like we already said, they're just moving the ball up the field. So they have to get some momentum and some rhythm on offense, keep their defense on the sideline, score some points. It's a huge task right now. You know, even in the best of scenarios, they're down 4 scores. So it's going to be tough sledding. We'll see what adjustments they make and see what the young guys, because we talked about Hurricane is a young team. We'll see how they respond coming out.
And, you know, we look at kind of some of the other scores going on around the region. Crimson leading Cedar. You got any idea on what the score is right now, Paul?
It was ugly the last time you said, so I'm going to say over 40.
Yep, Crimson leading Cedar 42-0 at the half. So Crimson having really no trouble there, as Cedars had a really rough season trying to get it together. I know they benched Coden Lunt, their senior quarterback, who a lot of people were saying as the only really returning quarterback in region other than Bo Wall. He would have a good shot at kind of running the whole conference, but didn't quite work out that way. He's now gone over to defense and played really good for them over there at middle linebacker. But Everett Kelling has stepped up and kind of been the guy at quarterback, the sophomore. So Cedar having a rough go right now as they're getting plastered on by Crimson. We take it over to that big Pineview Thunder game. Tayton Mason is just lighting it up. Tayton Mason has another touchdown on the night. He scores again, and the Thunder are up 42-13. And it just seems that Pineview has no answer at all for this run game.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of what we've expected. I know, I'm not sure if you were listening into our show this morning, but Devin and I kind of talked about some keys. And for Pineview, it was saying, hey, you guys can go out there and light it up on the scoreboard. You can throw it against some of these big teams, but Desert Hills, you know, they bring another level of physicality. They have another level of blocking up front. Their running back gets after it, and seems like Pineview's having a little bit of a rough go there. I'm seeing Sentinel just scored, so that makes it a 21-7 score for Sentinel as the Warriors are up over the Las Vegas team, driving out here to play a little bit of Region 9 ball, as the Warriors are actually in a bye week this week, trying to get a little extra RPI love. So that's going to go ahead and do it for our Rally Stop halftime show. Again, Rally Stop, you know, where we tell you after cheering on your team, there's no place better to refuel than Rally Stop. So come on in, grab some gas, grab your favorite soda, maybe get yourself some snacks. They got the little meat rollers in there sometimes. You can go and get some of those taquitos. I know sometimes the hot dogs. Get you a little snack on a late night Friday after some Region 9 football. We're going to go ahead and take another 3-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be kicking off the second half.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Tint World, Automotive Styling Centers of St. George is now open. Join us for monthly barbecues, custom car shows, and get special discounts on window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coatings, car detailing, audio, and more. Come visit us at our new showroom on 476 East Riverside Drive at Tint World.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Hey, it's Caden Formaster.
And Mark Musgrave, the voice you know with the Fan Sports Network.
Check out our local sports radio show, From the Bleachers, live every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Listen to us on the radio on 99.5 or 95.3 FM.
You can also listen through the Fan Sports Network app or watch the show live on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page.
The Fan Sports Network is your home of Utah Tech Trailblazers, high school sports, and the pros.
The Fan Sports Network, Southern Utah's home for local sports.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. Hearst General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We give you the green light. 4 Seasons Auto Sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home because home is who we are.
All right, welcome back. Connor Collins, Paul Venezuela here with you on the call as we're about 2.5 minutes from the Flyers kicking off the second half as they storm on out. Crowd gets to roaring. And it's been pretty one-sided here tonight, Paul, as it seems like the Flyers really, you name it, they'll get it. As Hurricanes out here warming up as well, I mean, it's going to really come down to what are they going to do on this drive. Hurricane gets the ball coming out at half. I got to assume if they don't go out there and score any points, then it's going to be a hard way to come back from there.
They have to score to have any chance of making this respectable. If they don't, especially if they go 3 and out, give the ball right back to that Flyer offense that's had their way with them, the score could get really big. So they really have to come out and give it their best shot right now on this first drive. Super important for them, young kids, and just do their best because they, except for one possession, they had one possession in the first half where they looked good, and outside of that, Dixie has dominated this game so far.
So as we look at some of our awards that we might be giving out here, we got our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. And I think that could very well be the very long pass from Wyatt Truman to Jackson Marvin. I mean, you look at one of our long bombs of the game was Ryan Sawyer with that big catch, or Junior Coughlin even with his down the middle. I mean, there's been so many plays to choose from. It's just been impressive. I still think as far as our Dealer Collision Center big hit of the game, that one to me I think has been the big hit by Lincoln Langston that kind of roughed up Silas Russell. He had to sit out and take a little bit of a breather, so. Couple awards there that we're looking at. Still second half to play, though. Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Light It Up, Region 9. Wilkinson's is where the locals shop. Winners best of Southern Utah, 5 years in a row.
Yeah, the coach from Hurricane went out and had some strong words with the official. I don't know what he was complaining about, but something happened apparently in the first half that he wanted to make him aware of before we start the second half.
And we've seen a lot of flags here tonight, Paul. I mean, we saw some neutral zone infractions, some false starts, the horse collar that was on the sideline. Yeah. We also saw a couple late penalties as far as some unsportsmanlike conduct. The coach with the sideline warning. It's been a relatively dirty game. I don't mean dirty as in people taking cheap shots. I mean dirty as the laundry's been out.
A lot of flags. There have been a lot of flags on the field. So.
But Hurricane set to receive here. Good chance here to go out and get some points on the board. But Bibiano's going to boot that baby right out the back of the end zone. God, number 10 has a leg on him, Paul, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. That was 6 yards deep in the end zone.
And I've got to watch Bibiano last season, and he's one of those kickers where you can line him up 40, 50 yards out and actually say, hey, if we got to win a game, we can line him up. And I'll tell you, in high school football, that is so valuable to have.
Yeah.
I played 4 years where we didn't have a kicker until my senior year, and it was a game changer. We won 3 out of maybe 38 games the first 3 seasons, and won 8 out of the last 11 the senior year. Yep. So the kicker makes all the difference.
That special teams phase of the game is so important, and a lot of people just discount it. Oh, that's a...
Oh, no. Dylan Gabriel tries to run a little reverse option as he hands off to... I think that was Ethan Staples, who then tried to hand it off to Keelan Pledger.
And they bumped into each other and fell down.
And the ball falls out, and the whole jumble and all that fun stuff.
It's a little microcosm of the whole game for Hurricane on that one play. So. And, we talked about them getting ahead of the chains. The result of that is they come back with 2nd and 17. Behind the chains on a drive that's important for them to not just give the ball and the momentum right back to Dixie. So that was not a great way to start.
Gabriel takes the snap, goes to Staples down the middle.
Yeah, he only got 3 yards, so now they've got a 3rd and 13.
With the exception of that one really nice drive by the tall kids, the offense has been very good.
11 minutes here. 37-7 on your Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 3rd and 14. Ball on Hurricane's own 16-yard line. I'll tell you what, Paul, not the place you want to be if you're the offensive coordinator right now for the Tigers.
No, deep in your own end, way behind on the scoreboard and way back behind the sticks.
Good swing pass to the left-hand side there from Gabriel. Good room there.
Nice conversion on 3rd and long. Well-designed play. Got the guy out into space. And
Connor Clyde there.
Yeah. Caught the ball, knew where the first down marker was, got past it, and made an extra 10 or 15 yards besides.
Yeah, good catch by Connor Clyde. Kind of that second-string running back we talked about, maybe getting some reps in here tonight. And good little catch off the left-hand side as he gets down the field for an extra 10, 15 yards, like you mentioned, Paul. And
crucial.
Now it's a new fresh set of downs.
Crucial conversion for them right there.
Dixie showing blitz. Dylan Gabriel snaps. He runs the jet sweep. That hands off to Pledger. Good job by the Flyers to go ahead and rally that, though, as number 55, Noah Russell, it looked like. And I think that was number 7, Kylo Lynn, in on the tackle. So
the
Colo Lynn, excuse me.
Referee was a little merciful on that because there was a really bad hold right in front of him, and he just let it go.
Yeah, I think the refs are understanding this might be one of those games where they're just kind of going to let them play a little bit at this point on.
Let some guys learn. But Dixie's defense has flowed and scraped to the ball so well all night.
Good run there.
Yeah, the best plays Hurricanes offense has had is when they've gotten north and south and got up the field. A lot of those plays when they've tried to run sideline to sideline, they just get strung out.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Aisa Lopati was wearing number 58 in the first half, is now back out in number 42, I believe, lined up in the same position that he was, but a little bit cleaner of a jersey. As they set up the screen, Dylan Gabriel gets that to Ethan as he cuts back in, has a good lane, gets down to about the 25, 15. Oh, but there's a flag in the direction of maybe a block in the back, and I'm thinking this is probably going to end up coming back.
Yeah, it might be.
What a play, though, by Ethan Staples as he tries to make something out of nothing on the screen. Beautiful cut back in.
Yeah, just cut back in. You thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he planted his foot, went back down the middle, and made another 20 yards, but it looks like it's coming back. Oh.
So,
offsetting penalties.
And that's a big killer there, as you know, they really needed that play. Struggling to get down the field when they had the opportunity, and honestly, he almost had a chance to score.
Yeah, if you don't hold down the field, that's you tack on that roughing the passer to the result of the play. That would have been first and goal at about the 4-yard line. So that's about a 40-yard penalty, 45-yard penalty really against Hurricane.
So that's now going to set them back up 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. Snap, handoff down the middle to Ethan Staples as he runs forward for about 3-4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, a little more of that north and south. Positive play on first down, 2nd and 7, a lot better than 2nd and 17. So more options for your offensive coordinator to get into the playbook and try to do something to keep this drive alive. They've done a good job, though, on this first drive out. I mean, they just come out from the kickoff, and they've already burned almost 4 minutes off the clock, moved the ball 50 or 60 yards, so much better on this drive than in the first half, and the things that we talked about as far as making this a positive possession.
Yeah, no doubt that the change of tempo has definitely been a point of emphasis here. As the Tigers hand that off. Quick pass, actually, a little RPO there, and that's going to go to, I believe that's number 80, Ramsey Olds with the catch.
Yeah, he's been out. I think he's playing in the place where Trump was playing in the last game. That was a nice catch. A little bit short of the first down, so again, a big 3rd down coming up.
So let's see here on 3rd and 1. Do the Tigers go for the run? They hand the ball off left to Staples. He's got a little bit of room there, and I think they're going to have
looks like he's going to get the first down. Yeah, just barely.
So good call there by Coach Ashby. Oh, and that was another flag after the play. Looks like this is probably going to be another personal foul there on Lopetti. So we just talked about how he switched his jerseys and ran back out in 42. Do you think if he runs back in number 58, he's all right, or is it the name that the penalty sticks with?
I think the penalty sticks with him on that personal foul, and just got a little bit anxious there at the end of the play.
So Lopetti runs off the field. He's going to go ahead, take a quick little sub there. Number 13, Jackson Barbin, I believe it was, actually going in for him to give him a little breather. And another quick pass for an incompletion there, and refs converging over
another penalty flag
I
down.
didn't see one thrown.
No, I don't see it. I don't see a marker on the field, but
oh, I think that might be one right there over on the 10-yard line.
Defensive holding.
Well, that's going to move the Tigers forward another 10 yards. And
25 yards in penalties on this drive, and now they're in the red zone.
I'm not going to say that they're getting blessed right now, but you know what? Sometimes you got to take what you can. If you get some free plays down the field, you better find a way to capitalize on it. And that's exactly what Coach Ashby's thinking as the Tigers are getting into our Cache Valley red zone. Gabriel looks, quick pass inside. Slant again to number 80.
Yep. Ramsey Olds doing a good job.
Olds creating a little bit of space out wide. Ethan Staples still lined up at running back in the backfield, it looks like.
Again, a positive play on first down, so second down, better options for your offense.
6:50 left in the third quarter here as they run the little jet sweep, and they try to get that out to Hunter Prince, but the Flyers do a great job at rallying and stopping that play before it had the chance to get going.
Yeah, he did a good job to get almost back to the line of scrimmage. That 3rd and 5 now is a big play.
You would think that maybe the Flyers are a little familiar going against that jet sweep there, and they've seen it a couple times.
They've probably seen it in practice on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday every week.
One of the Blaine Munker staples is the jet sweep. That's where he's always got one of his greatest athletes there to get that ball and make you miss in those open space. But right now it's the Tigers trying to make a little magic as Dylan Gabriel gets his guys set up, offensive line down and set, tight end to the right. Man motions across as Hunter Prince. They're going to look for Prince. He's covered. They're going to go to the back corner of the end zone, and it's just off the hands of number 13, Gage Huntsman.
That was a great throw by Gabriel, running to his left and where he got his shoulder square and made that throw. Good defense, got his hand in the way. Just couldn't quite make the call. So now they got to go for it on 4th down. Oh, it looks like, is this a field goal team?
It looks like they were considering trying to go to Hunter Prince, and that read was taken away. So Gabriel goes to the back of the end zone to Huntsman, but good way to force an incompletion, make a field goal attempt here. And that is number 11, Lincoln Langston, back to kick. And that is good. So that's going to go ahead and bring us to 37-10 with 5:46 left here in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. A little word from our local sponsors, and we'll be back after this.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt.
Sorry, Paul.
You're back live.
All right, everybody. Connor Collins and Paul Venezuela with you as we are back live home to the Flyers as they're set to receive the kickoff. Ron Sawyer, Tom Coughlin back to receive. As Sawyer grabs that, he's going to go ahead and have a little bit of crease. He's going to try to get to the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of space. He looks to cut back in. He's going to stay on his feet. He's down to the 50, the 55. He's still going. He's to the 40. And Sawyer really coming alive for the Flyers in the special teams game. Oh my goodness, the guy has probably gotten 200 plus yards tonight in the special teams game.
He is fun to watch, I'm telling you. That's got a little bit of Britton Covey in him tonight. That one, there was just a lot of chaos going on, and he just kept his balance.
Yeah, coaches at the next level are going to be keeping an eye out for Rand Sawyer. But, yep, like you said, Paul, another flag.
About the second half of it or so wouldn't have counted or didn't count because
it's over 150 yards penalties for Dixie.
Yeah.
Jeez.
150 yards in penalties so far in this game, and that's That's just the penalty yardage. That's not counting the gains that have been wiped out. There really have been some costly penalties on both sides.
And I know that is just getting Blaine Munkers, Coach Munkers, absolutely riled up. I mean, we talked to him, and he is so key on when it comes to being sound, being technique, and playing fundamental football. So when he sees that his team is out here and, again, another penalty, this could, however, be on Hurricane. I think they might call hands to the face mask. Unnecessary roughness. So they get him for the late hit there on the QB as he's going down. So I guess Blaine Munker's happy about that flag there. Still, probably didn't want to see his quarterback take any extra shrapnel, but the Flyers not needing any extra help, down to about the 45-yard line off of that penalty.
All the way out to the 44-yard line.
Wyatt Truman hands the ball off there. Siles with a good run for about 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that was that play they run on third down, that little
4 yards,
counter flow play back inside.
Now, when Siles goes down, he kind of rolls for another couple yards as he takes a run right up the middle here and just drags guys again. Another couple yards.
Yeah, he runs with his pads low and his pads forward, and he's tough to tackle. Yeah, like you said, he's 150 pounds soaking wet, but he is a tough little runner. He runs hard.
It's going to keep the clock moving, keep the chains moving as Dixie gets another first down. Quick pass. Oh, kind of a up top hit there on number 2. That was Rand Sawyer on the reception, but I believe it was not Lincoln Langston. I think that was Kruger Ashby who came down and really went for the head and neck area there of Ron Sawyer.
Yeah, it could have been a penalty, but this time they didn't throw it. So
they're going to hand it off down the middle there. Siles trips up a little bit. Gets a gain of about 2 yards. Sits up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, even when he trips, as he gets the ball, he makes 2 yards.
And honestly, a testament here to the Dixie Flyers O-line, because every time, like we mentioned, Siles has touched the ball, it's almost 3-4 yards before he even gets touched. So even if he's brought down, it's still been a positive gain.
Yeah.
Wyatt Truman looks for the quick bubble screen and almost intercepted there. Was it?
No, it wasn't. It's incomplete, but that's
Oh, and another penalty. Looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on Dixie. I think that's number 24 for the Flyers out there. Got a little roughed up there and try to get some Porter Alame. So yeah, I think that was Porter Alame who got a little banged up on the sideline. And yeah, it draws the penalty as 22. Austin McRoberts gets called.
One both ways. So that's the football equivalent of giving both players a yellow card. If they get another unsportsmanlike, they'd be out of the game.
Well, that's about the second time now tonight we've seen that. So you got to keep an eye out if you're Coach Munkers. Want to tell your guys to play passionate, but not play, recklessly. You don't want anybody getting kicked out, because if you get kicked out in one of these games, you're also kicked out for half of the next half of the next game.
Yep.
So Wyatt Truman getting the Flyers set up. Silas Russell lined up to the right-hand side. Jackson Barbin at the top of the screen. Casey Grover down at the bottom. Sawyer lined up in your slot. And he looks left, looks right.
Good defense.
Yeah, good defense there by the Tigers as they go ahead with the quick pass breakup. Wasn't able to see which number that was who got a hand on there.
Number 33, Brian Ireland, stepped in front and knocked that ball down.
Good play there by the Tigers as they're going to force now the Flyers in an odd situation going into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll run that inside counter.
Yeah. It's been money for them so far on these long 3rd downs. Starts with the man in motion. They go with the jet sweep, run up the middle, quarterback keeper, but a good job by Hurricane to stay home and only stop it for a gain of about 3-4 yards on the play. That's going to set up about a 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
Down, so do you bring your big kicker in and kick a long field goal? Looks like they're just going hurry up, right back at it.
I think Coach Munker's just thinking Region 9 play, you got to go and try to get as much points as you can, especially for a team that hasn't got to score in the past few weeks. He's going to let Wyatt Truman keep it up the middle. Read option, good carry for the first down and some. That's going to get them into the Cache Valley red zone.
Just leaning on those big guys up front, and they continue to own the line of scrimmage.
It doesn't matter. Dixie moving the ball now.
Cache Valley red zone. Go to Cache Valley now. Get an estimate, get a quote. They're ready to help you get set up as far as a loan.
Off to Russell, trying to get outside. Oh, let's go, boys! Patient, and then finally.
Good run outside by Silas Russell as he reaches the corner. It's going to set up a 2nd and 7.
There, and finally he just got what he could. But even he does get down. 2nd down and 7.
So Truman on the 14-yard line, excuse me.
Wyatt Truman is going all the way.
Got his man his motion. Looks like he wants to go down the middle to Silas Russell. Another good run, and that's going to be just enough, maybe. Oh, it's still short of that first down, so that's going to set up 3rd and short, about a yard, maybe 6 inches. Looks like injury on the field here, one of the Flyers, so.
Yeah, no.
While the Flyers go attend to him, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and hopefully that guy is okay. We're going to try to see if we can find which number that is during the break. We'll be back right after this.
It's 54.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
You're live.
All right, we're back here, home of the Flyers, as not a pretty scene as it looks like number 54, Noah Russell for the Flyers, down on the field, and they bring the card out, is responsive. It looks like a lower body injury of some sort, maybe the high ankle, low shin, but he is being carted off the field as you can kind of get that standing applause from some of the student section and surrounding fans. But now time for the Flyers to go back out and try to respond. You lose one of your starting offensive linemen, and clearly he's pretty banged up, but got to go out there, see if you can get some rotations and trust your guys' backups to come in. See if I can find who...
Caleb Cherry came in at left tackle where Noah was.
They're going to go ahead and try to run that ball right up the middle there for the first down. About a 5-yard, 4-yard carry, give or take. That's going to be more than enough for the first down.
First and goal.
Wyatt Truman lined up on the 5-yard line. Silas Russell to his right. He's going to look left, though. He's going to throw a quick slant, and just off the same page, or just off the page there with Jackson Barbin. So we're keeping an eye out on number 57. It was who came in.
Yeah, Cherry. Caleb Cherry came in and is playing left tackle now. Did a good job on his first play, cold right off the bench.
Caleb Cherry now at contention for one of our Jersey Mike sub players of the game as Ron Sawyer, you name it, he's running it. He's got another touchdown as the Flyers are just starting to pile on here. Your score 43-10 pending the PAT. So Bibiano lining up. Trying to get Flyers an extra point here, put them up 34. And another penalty on the PAT. Kick was up and good, but false start. Going to go ahead and back them up a little bit. Attempt to kick again. And you know, guys, we got honestly quite lucky here as far as the weather's gone for really how bad it's been today. It's been quite nice for some Region 9 football.
Yeah, the forecast was thunder and lightning and rain, and it hasn't rained a drop, so.
Flyers set to kick. Student section got the little field goal U up. Bibiano, one of the best kickers in the region. And the snap is back. It's good. And the kick is up. And that's good. Making it 44-10 on our Wilkinson's House of Lightning scoreboard. 1 minute, 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, Dixie Flyers set to kick off to the Tigers.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You're live. And welcome back as we're here. 44-10 is your score. The Flyers up over the Hurricane Tigers. Kick out of the back of the end zone, and you know, just take a quick little rewind here, Paul, and we look back at that last drive for the Flyers, and 54 going down for them, their starting left tackle, and you're thinking, oh no, maybe the running game might have a little bit of a fall off. Noah Russell kind of been going both ways tonight. Big kid, 6'4", 220, but he's out now dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury, and maybe more severe than a little bit. We're going to have to go ahead and see as they had the cart come out and take him off. But now you look at Caleb Cherry as one of our Jersey Mike subs of the game. He has to come in and kind of hold down that blindside spot for Wyatt Truman, who's really been having a great game so far.
Yeah, and he did a good job early, so.
Dylan Gabriel with the quarterback keeper, and Dixie just sniffed that out all the way, nowhere to go, and that's going to go ahead and be another tackle for loss now as the Tigers find themselves behind the sticks, second and long.
Yep. Late in the game when you're getting beat big on the scoreboard, it's hard to keep the motivation now. Line of scrimmage is still important, though. It doesn't matter what the score is. Those 5 big guys up front still need to move.
Gabriel takes a snap. He looks left. He looks right. Tries to throw the quick crosser there to Rick Smith. Just misses him. Yep, and another penalty.
think the rusher, as he came through, might have hit the quarterback in the head. It was the referee that threw the flag.
Waiting the call here. Perfect ball, right on the dot.
That's at least 6 personal fouls for Dixie this game.
Yeah. That was 58. So now he's got one with 58 and one with 42. So.
Yeah, got to be careful there with those roughing the passers. So that's going to go ahead, bring them up now to about the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Dylan Gabriel takes the snap, rolls right, has a guy, but decides not to throw it, takes it. He decides to go left, keep it himself, and probably picks up about the same amount that he got on the ground that he could have got through the air if he let go of that ball.
Yeah, he pulled up a little gimpy at the end of that play. I don't know what happened. But he's talking to his coach.
He had Gage Huntsman on the post.
He had him right over the middle, but
decided to pull that ball down, almost fooled us.
So 2 drives in a row where Hurricanes taken the ball and gotten it past midfield, so that's a big improvement over what their offense did in the first half.
Snap is good, handoff down the middle to Ethan Staples. Carry of about 3 yards there. Gets him up to about the 48-yard line.
And Jacob Dombrowski with the tackle, been all over the field tonight.
The missile, Dombrowski. A guy actually picking up some Division I level offers out here.
He flies around a lot on defense, that's for sure.
I know Southern Utah, one of those schools on there. Utah Tech, I believe, is another one of those schools interested. So Dombrowski turning some heads out here locally. Gabriel takes the snap, does a little halfback draw to Staples, tries to make a man miss, gets another 4 yards or so. That's going to set up a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4.
See where they spot it? Yeah, 3rd and 4. So, and that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So as this 3rd quarter ends, your score on your Wilkinson House of Lightning scoreboard is 44 Dixie Flyers to 10 over the Hurricane Tigers. We'll be back after this quick break.
We give you the green light. 4 seasons auto sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
And welcome back. CC Connor Collins here with you. Paul Venezuela by my side as we are on the call at the Flyers home field as Dylan Gabriel takes the snap. He tries to get that to Hunter Prince across man in motion, but that tackle made by Hunter Coughlin and a gang of Flyers sniffed that play out and just lit it up before it had a really chance to get going.
Yeah, lost yardage on 3rd down, and so it looks like probably going to bring the punter in, or is...
Yeah, 4th and 8 here for the Tigers.
They still have the offense out there.
At that midfield range, it is an awkward place to, if you think about going for that punt, because you don't want to worry about, going too short and giving it up to space.
Yeah, and you're already well behind in the game, so this is nice aggressive play by the coach.
So Gabriel takes a snap and shotgun. He looks left. He rolls out. Escapes one sack, escapes another. And not enough for Jacob Dombrowski to bring him down. Another big play by that heat-seeking missile, Dombrowski.
Jake just took out the head coach. He just took out Monkers on the sideline.
Oh, did they?
So a little extra there, as you heard our producer Ryan Forsey pointed out, as Blaine Monkers catching a little bit of extra shrapnel there from Dombrowski. But again, big turnover on downs. That's going to set up the Flyers back on offense. They're going to have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 43. And here comes the rain. Just on that.
Made it 3 quarters, and it's coming down pretty hard.
Uh-oh, but it seems like the student section's starting to feel it a little bit more now. Ball's hand off to the left. New running back in the game for Dixie is number 21.
Getting some subs on the field. That's good. Get some reps for the younger guys.
That's Marseilles Purcell. Another handoff again, man in motion, number 20. Gateo Anzalone. So, like you said, starting to get some other guys in. Wyatt Truman still at quarterback, but wouldn't be surprised to see if maybe Brock Parrish starts to warm up a little bit. As the rain's starting to come down here on Flyers sideline, and we're starting to see the umbrellas pop up here in the stands, Paul. And that's how you know that the rain is back. As the handoff to number 15, Aiden Hellis.
Another penalty flag on the field.
Hey, you get some money out? I got some other stuff. I got a sweater there. I got a jacket. Number 20 off.
So holding on the offense, going to go ahead and bring that run back.
Yeah, the lead blocker right out there at the point of attack. Got his hands where they shouldn't be. And
Mind your way. You're good.
So Wyatt Truman, man in motion. Number 20, Gaetano Anzalano. Nice little rush there. Gets the yards back from the penalty. That's going to go ahead and set up a 3rd and short. I believe about 3rd and 1, if I'm correct here.
They have 4th on the down markers, but I thought it was 3rd down.
Oh, and a wild snap goes low. Wyatt Turner just trying to pick up and get on top of it. Actually almost able to get rid of it to Aiden Hellis, but just a little bit too wet out there. Ball slides out his hands. And
that was a 4th down. Looks like ball's going to go over, and we got to see a little bit of the effect of the instantly wet ball. So a bad snap and threw the ball, and the receiver didn't catch it.
And I wonder if Coach Munkers actually likes that. In one of these games where he's already kind of got a little bit of a sound lead.
Sorry to interrupt, Connor. We have a lightning delay now that has been called by the officials.
Oh, and that means we're now going to have to go into a 30-minute delay. Everybody's going to have to clear. So we're going to go ahead, toss to a break. Probably about a little 10-minute break or so, and then we'll come back and give an update, see where things are at, give a little update about some other scores going on around the region. So while we wait out this lightning delay, we'll be back after this.
Hey, Region 9 sports fans, this is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touchdown.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Students should go into the school during Mr. Gust's classroom area at the bottom of the school. But we must evacuate the stadium. Thank you.
teach at Harvard Medical School.
Alrighty, everybody. If you've been sticking with us on the stream here, Connor Collins, Paul Valenzuela bringing it back with you. As you might have been able to tell, we have gone final. It is a final score of 44-10. The Dixie Flyers are going to get away with a win here over the Hurricane Tigers. We're going to go ahead and have this game called due to lightning delays, and almost as I say that, another lightning flashes across the sky. So probably a good idea now to go ahead and get these kids off the field and get the fans back into their cars and back home here, because this weather, I mean, we got blessed, and maybe it was announcer's drink because I called it out in that third quarter or so, but hey, we had great weather for 3 quarters. It just wasn't enough. We're going to go ahead and call the game, and again, a final score, 44-10. The Flyers will get that win in Region 9, opening up the season. So as we do that, we're going to go ahead and get into a little bit of our post-game show here and just give out some quick awards. And this was a very lopsided game, you might say, Paul, and clearly leaned towards the way of Dixie as they end up calling this game due to the lightning delay. But again, a very confident score as they go into that delay. So I ask you, Paul, do you have one specific play for your AWP play of the game?
I think, back in the first quarter, the 32-yard pass, the touchdown pass to, I can't remember his
Wyatt
name. 13.
Truman there to Jackson Barbin.
Yeah, the Barbin hands catch. That was probably the best play of the game. If you took the aggregate of all of the kick returns that we had from Rand Sawyer, you could add all those up, and he.
So I was going to say, as we give our AWP play of the game to that touchdown pass, Wyatt Turner 32 yards to Jackson Barbin. We look at our playmaker of the game, brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Visit Hearst for a variety of products and prices that please. Locations: the big Ace off of Boulevard and Bluff, and the one located off in St. George and Main Street in Seine City. So we got a couple different players here to look at. You can go Wyatt Truman, quarterback for Dixie. He was clearly kind of all over the ground. He was running the ball. He was throwing the ball. Really dynamic with the, pass and playmaking. But I think, to me, you said it, Ron Sawyer, number 2.
Yeah.
He was involved as far as running the ball, scoring touchdowns, catching it, and then what he did in the special teams game was just absolutely dynamic. I mean, he averaged maybe 40 yards of return. It was something crazy along the lines of that. So we're going to go ahead and give Ron Sawyer, our Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game. Looking at our Dealer Collision Center big hit of the game, I think that Lincoln Langston
on
shot,
the screen pass,
that was screen. He kind of read that one perfectly, came down and just lit up Silas Russell, and they're going to go ahead and call that one. I think they actually waved off the flag. They called it a clean hit.
Yeah.
So
to me, at full speed live, it looked like a clean hit. It was a hard hit, but his head was up. He hit him in the numbers and just really, really hit him hard.
And that is exactly what you expect when you get some Region 9 football. So that's going to go ahead and do us here. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our post-game show. Again, that score 44-10. Let me see quickly if we can get a quick region rundown. I believe a couple other games have just gone final as well. So we have 38-14 Snow Canyon, 4 minutes left in that game. 51-7 final, Crimson over Cedar. And still looking for an update here on Pine View. Looks like they're also in a lightning delay, so we'll see there on how Pine View's going to go ahead and finish out. That's going to go ahead and do it here for our post-game show, brought to you by House of Jump here with the Fan Sports Network. Again, Connor Collins, Paul Valenzuela, Ryan Forsey behind the camera here. And for all of our fans, we appreciate you guys sticking along with us. That's going to go ahead and do it. Your final here, 44-10, favor of the Flyers.
Hi, Mello. How are you?